Yay.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Susan. How are you doing?
Hi, good thanks. And you?
Good. We're at the end of the year.
Yay.
We made it. Well, we almost made it.
Almost made it. Almost there.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sandy Reevy with Intention Beads with a new shorter haircut.
Hmm.
And I'm here with Susan Goodell.
Hello. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
All of that.
all of that. I should have worn green to be with your red.
It looks kind of green.
Does it look green or
Yeah,
blue now?
more green.
Anyway, hi everybody. What we're going to do today is not go through the entire 2026. We are going to go through the January 2026. But before we do that, we're going to spend a couple minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, talking about some of the top. I'll do my top three. You do your top three.
Okay.
So I'll do. Do you want to start with one and I go to do the other one, or maybe we have the same ones? We haven't even discussed this.
Yeah. No, you go. And I think my top one is the same as your top one, and then we could split up.
So, and I guess we could do this in the calendar year, the cycle of the year. So
Mhm.
for me, the very first one, and probably one of the, I'm going to say, yeah, it's the biggest one. It's the biggest one for me, is the next big movement is this Saturn Neptune moving across the zero Aries point into zero Aries, which
Mhm.
is the world point. Um, this is, and I've got a chart for this. So, this is big information. This is big. This is brand new. This is the start of something new. It's like kind of like the jump off. I was calling this is bombastic, Batman. That's kind of my theme for 2026 is
Mhm.
bombastic. And when I went in, and I know I'm talking longer than I wanted to here, but when I went into to look at the different words for bombastic. Like I wanted to see some,
Yeah.
and I won't read the similar ones, but I went down to the opposite. And the opposite word for bombastic is straightforward,
Ah,
which doesn't really seem, it's like we're trying to get straightforward,
yeah.
and it's kind of the opposite of it.
Mhm.
We're moving forward. There is a momentum, there is movement, but maybe we have to let something go or clean our windshield or something or be in the trust of it because it's
Mhm.
Neptune. Um,
Yeah. And I'm with you. I think the Saturn Neptune conjunction at the world point is the biggest thing for 2026. Um, it
yeah, what's your interpretation of this? What should we
well, why don't
practice?
you put the chart up and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
then because I do have some notes on it. I from a talk I did last fall, and I'll just go through them because I think it kind of explains it. Saturn is about structure, limitations, responsibility. Neptune is about being able to create, envision, also on the downside, illusion, deception, and the Saturn Neptune conjunction in Aries. And I think what makes it the number one for me is that it's at zero Aries at the world point. This means that everything we're going to talk about and whatever else you're going to hear about the Saturn Neptune conjunction as we move into the early part of 26 affects the entire world. This is all of us on planet Earth, all of us. And my notes from looking at this global shift in consciousness, new paradigms, institutional structures broken down, replaced by those that are more grounded, illusions collapsed, politics, illusions exposed, the economy, spending illusions hit reality.
Hmm.
So this is a reckoning worldwide about reality versus illusion.
Yeah, these two come together once every 35, 36 years. And the last time they were together was in 1988, 89, because Alex, Alex, my
Mhm.
daughter, has the Saturn Neptune when it was in Capricorn.
Mhm.
That was
And
the
that's
last
when the
time.
Berlin Wall fell.
Yep.
Hmm.
So really talk about for me, some of my keywords here are letting go of what we've already built, right?
Yeah.
Imagination, imagine and let go of the fear because Aries is a very prominent place of fighting, of um, movement, of action, of fearlessness.
Hmm.
Because if we can imagine and let go of any fear, we begin to build anew. Because we got to
Right.
let go of structure. So I know this for me specifically is very prominent for me in my chart, which is what I've been doing is, you know,
Hmm.
letting go of what I've built for some years and moving on and building something else. But this is just one time. That's what's so bizarre is that these two
Right.
planets have been moving within 1 degree, but have not made the join. They have not
Hmm.
conjoined until here we are, February 20th. So
And it is only one time. It's not like there's three passes of this or whatever. Um, one.
one. Okay. So let's take this down and have you move. What is your second big aspect for the year? I'm going to have a sip of coffee.
Okay. Well, my second one is focused on July 20th, but really it spans probably the 15th through the 25th, 26th. So about 10 days, but the middle of July is July 20th. And that's when um, on July 20, Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune will all be at 4 degrees of their respective signs. So, the big trine between Pluto and Uranus, both sextile Neptune, and then Jupiter will be opposite Pluto in Leo. And so sextile Uranus and trining Neptune. So all of them at 4 degrees on the 20th of July. And actually, the sun is pretty close. The sun will get pretty close as a few days later. And so great for new starts of any kind. When Sun conjunct Jupiter opposite Pluto is in effect.
Hmm.
Um, and then, so anyway, I just think that's really interesting, this July 20th date. And from a market perspective, it looks like it's either a big high or a big low in the stock market. I don't know which. Um, and then at the end of that period, July 25, Neptune will, or Pluto, yeah, no, Neptune will exactly sextile Pluto for the first of 13 times
Oh,
through
didn't know it was that
February of
many.
2032. And this is a sextile from their conjunction in 1891 to 92. And it's the third time that they've been sextile. The first was in 1950 to 56. The second was in 76 to 86. And now we get a third sextile set, 2026 to 2032. And that is about letting go of the old to start anew at a new level. Large forces for social change underway.
Hmm. Hmm.
Lifelong beliefs become invalid. So think back to what beliefs we had in the 50s that shifted permanently, and then again, mid 70s to mid 80s. And so we'll be in a similar period this summer.
Hmm.
But anyway, I like July 20th just because of the exactness of the outer planet uh,
Hmm.
aspects.
I do have the one time in July where Jupiter is making that opposition to Pluto.
Hmm.
So that was my number two, my number three actually.
Okay.
That but I didn't tie in all those other planets, so that was great.
Mhm.
Because the Jupiter in Leo opposing the Pluto in Aquarius, kind of like you just said, I went with royal, the Leo,
Right.
royalty, though, kings and princes versus Aquarius, Pluto, the commoners, the public,
Mhm. Oh yeah, for sure.
and so it was like strengthening the break because it's an opposition.
Hmm.
So something gets super heavy here to break because
Yeah,
unless it's worked out.
yeah,
I, I don't know. I think royalty thinks they're royalty.
yeah,
So we'll see how that pans out. But as we will any of these.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, mid-July looks really interesting, or the last half of July for me.
What is your third thing that you were looking at?
My third thing is Venus retrograde, mainly because I like to take a look at what the markets might do, and Venus will be retrograde October 3 through November 13, and all by itself. Sometimes Venus and Jupiter are retrograde together, but not this time. And when Venus is retrograde by itself, I looked back to 2009. Um, Really interesting, I thought, um, that there's one, two, three, four, five, six previous instances of where Venus was retrograde all by itself.
Mm,
And um, in five of those, the stock market high or low for the year occurred during the Venus retrograde period.
hmm,
And in the sixth one, it came within 2 weeks
hmm,
of the retrograde. So I'm looking for either the stock market to make a high for the year or a low for the year, while Venus is retrograde October 3 through November 13. And we won't know until we get further down the road, which that might be.
hmm. Yeah, and besides, you just gave us two dates for possible high or
Right.
low. Is
Right.
that high,
And I,
high, low, low, high, low, low,
yeah,
high?
and I think the February 20 is also a candidate for that, as well as January 20, which we'll get to. But um,
Mm,
there's lots of significant, actually, they're all around the same time. The 20th of January, 20th of February, 20th of July could all be big shifts in the market. And I don't know which way.
You know, when is the next time the Feds meet for interest rate possibility? And I know I never know. And I know you always know. So I guess I caught you off guard.
Oh, that's all right. I've got it right here.
But do they meet every quarter?
January 27 to 28.
Okay. Okay. Be great if they could lower it another thing, but it's not purported. Because I guess for anybody buying a house or selling a house might be in at least that's what I've been watching on the market.
Yeah,
I'm selling my house.
but
Yeah.
the Fed has control over short-term rates, and the mortgage market typically tracks the 10-year T-note.
Mm,
So it depends on how the bond market reacts to the Fed's actions.
okay. All right. We'll have to, again, we're living in it. We're in action, folks. We're
Yeah.
in the movie. We are not
Yes, we are.
side attendees that aren't noticed. We
Mhm.
are front and center. And so
Yeah.
we have to play our role. We have to
Mhm.
play our role in here. Let's go to
So what's your second and third?
my third was the Jupiter opposing Pluto
Oh, okay.
that was part of mine. My second one is the Uranus trining Pluto. So again,
Okay.
that's you came in with
Yeah.
that all connected, which I guess I could have too.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
July
three,
18.
yeah, and that's three passes until June of 27. Um,
Actually, five I've got
oh, there's five, and
to
maybe I
May
didn't.
of 28.
Oh, May of 28. Then I wonder if that was if they get within an exact conjunction, that's or exact trine.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, then that's going to take us for, a few years, 2 years out,
Hmm.
2.5. And I call this awaken the power. right? Uranus is the shake up, it's the
Hmm.
awakener. And in a trine, and this is all, from air, it's all air, air. So it's really trying to wake you up on, stimulate on a higher frequency. And maybe this is, whatever that 5D, 6D, wow, where are we going? Is that
Yeah.
we need to learn something new so that we can keep up with the information genius giant, right?
Mm-hmm.
What and I know here we are in our at our age going, oh man, is there's more stuff we have to try and get wrap our head around, right? Um, but I also call that the inventive change, that quick information is coming at
Hmm.
us. So you and I might, you know, learn a new slang term, right? And we're throwing some of our cool slang terms out, and we're like, oh my God, you guys, you are so behind
Right.
because that came and went. It came and went. It came and went.
Right.
So really speedy information.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with that. And I would guess particularly in the AI realm,
mhm.
because Uranus is in Gemini is about communication, and Pluto in Aquarius is about technology. So,
I know and that just something it just hit my mind. I did bend and bought that big iPad that's on wheels. Have you seen that anywhere? It's it's a
no
36 inch
clue.
screen and it's on rollers and it's huge. And it's
Hmm.
like a TV. So I bought it. I haven't put it together. I'm going to use it in my new house, but I can move it from the kitchen to the living room to the bedroom to the outside porch. Like
Hmm.
it's just on wheels instead of just having a TV sitting somewhere in one room. You move it
Yeah.
around.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it kind of reminds me of this information on the move.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Can we get into January?
Yep.
I think
So
that
that's our big three for 2026.
yeah.
February and July, and then
Yeah.
for me, Venus retrograde in October.
Yeah. And I do have a fourth, but we'll hold that until another time.
Okay.
Which doesn't come in until August. Anyway, let's go. And we start off our 2026 kickoff. We, the first aspect, I think this is, I didn't do the research, but the first aspect is the 6th on your birthday. So
Yay!
we wait the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Finally, we have a planetary conjunction
Mhm.
and this is that Venus star point at 16 degrees of Capricorn. And this is when, Venus, and she's direct, she's not retrograde until October when you were
Mhm.
mentioning those dates, when she'll go into another Kazemi, because that's every
Right.
9 months, every nine
Mhm.
months. So again, how as a VSP practitioner, it's like she delivers a birth, right? That she got inseminated 9 months ago, and then immediately gets inseminated again with her next project, her next baby, right?
Mhm.
And so in Capricorn, and I'm doing VSP talismans. I'll be in Egypt. I'll be in Abydos at the time. And so I'm holding a talisman ceremony, but I've also put it out on my website. And if you're interested in getting one, meaning I'll make one for you, you have to let me know in advance. But the intention is to commit to building a life of lasting value, love, and integrity. And I really like this as the very first aspect, kind of
Yeah.
like New Year's Day,
New Year's
but
Day for
it's
the
but it's
planets.
but it's on
Yeah.
the but it's on the 6th. Um, for that being the very first one, because if you can commit, because when Uranus goes into Gemini, we're going to need a focus
Yeah.
so that we're not scattered in the world of too many things coming in. We're going to need intentionality. And so a focus. So that's why I was liking this commitment to building a whole life of lasting value, love, and integrity. So let me know if sandyintentionbeads.com if you want any of that. But happy birthday, Susan.
Thank you. So, yeah, this will be fun. My solar return is the day before. But it's close enough. I'll take it. And I certainly welcome the practical financial support from the Venus Star Point on my birthday. I think it'd be really good.
Yeah, I think it'll last throughout the whole year until your next birthday. And then we'll see where you are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I think it's good. Let's get to Wednesday, the 7th. We have now Venus is making that conjunction to Mars at 18 Capricorn. So Venus in just a day has literally, oh, a day and a half maybe, has literally moved to the Mars. So give love a chance and maybe a lot of time. Go where your heart is. No fear, only courage, because it is Mars in Capricorn, which is exalted.
Mhm. And my favorite day is the next day, even though there's no exact aspect that day.
Hmm.
Um, but my favorite day of January is January 8th because that's when the Sun, Venus, and Mars will all be at 18 Capricorn together. And so, um, in the cheat sheet notes, I described it as it's a triple whammy of taking responsible action toward long-term financial security. Because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. It 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 does the it behaves in the way we all hope to behave for the best and highest good, perfect intentions, etc. So, um,
Yeah, and a focus to get it to get to it.
yeah.
Yeah, like the determination and will.
Mhm.
Then we go to the 9th, which is that the Mars making that kissing the sun
Yeah.
at the 18. And this is a Mars Cazimi. It's not aggressive, it's deliberate. It's not impulsive, it's strategic. I wanted to call this the CIA capability, right? Because and I was like, CIA, okay. So I went in and looked to see, we think that this, it's a Central Intelligence Agency, right? But it
Yeah.
also stands for Culinary Institute of AMA,
America.
America, America. And it also stands for Certified Internal Auditor. It also stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So it was
Mhm.
like interesting that the CIA has a bunch of, like you could say you
Yeah.
work for the CIA and people would
Yeah.
misinterpret that.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Anyway, I like this. It's not my favorite day, but I really like this.
yeah. And with the sun exactly conjunct Mars, time to make fine, upstanding decisions and actions. So,
Again, high integrity. I really
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So really Tuesday through Friday, all of what we've just said is really kind of happening
Hmm.
all three
Yeah.
of those days, 4 of those days.
Yeah. And Mars being the dispositor, right? Strong
Yeah.
Mars being the dispositor of these three planets or the two other ones.
Mhm.
The same day on Friday the 9th, we have Venus is making that opposition to Jupiter retrograde. Um, you know, that'll happen every year. It's here on the 9th, and it just is maybe overreaching. Maybe it's what my dad always used to say. It's like overkill. He
Mhm.
likes that word. He uses it a lot. So move on or watch from afar.
Mhm.
It's put your credit card away.
Exactly. My comment about it was curb your spending
Oh,
enthusiasm. So yeah, be careful when Venus is opposite Jupiter. You may want to just, here, I can buy anything. No.
yeah. So return the next day to the place that you wanted to spend all your money, even if it's online.
Yeah.
Saturday the 10th, um, we've got the sun because the sun is following the Venus and it's making that opposition to the Jupiter retrograde.
Mhm.
And I always look at that as the halfway point
Yeah.
of Jupiter's retrograde period.
Mhm. And to be optimistic, but not overly so. You know, the Sun and Jupiter together want it's great. Good thoughts. Oh, I can do that. Well, but in an opposition, you have to say, cut that by 20%.
Yeah, overkill.
Yeah.
Same day on the 10th, we have then Mars, because here we've got the all these three planets that we were talking about, the Sun, Venus, and Mars. Now Mars makes the opposition to the Jupiter retrograde. And I look at this as a strong stare. Two planets that hold amazing energy. They're both exalted,
Yeah.
are doing this like stare of opposition. So make sure of this hold off. What are you looking down the tunnel? Are you doing a stare? Who's going to break the stare?
Hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be Jupiter. Mars might be like,
Yeah,
okay,
because
got to
Jupiter's
move on.
retrograde. So, I mean, Mars does have the upper hand just because Jupiter's retrograde.
Yeah. And Mars is coming into position, so he's quicker,
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I see it as lucky as long as you behave in your best and highest good.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's like, I'm stronger, you're stronger, who's stronger?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's work together.
Hmm.
Be great. Now we get into the second week, yeah, I guess this is the second week. We got Wednesday the 14th. This now kind of makes up for that kind of those first 6 days of January where there was nothing going on.
Really through the end of the month. Now we've got four Sun, Venus, Mars, Mercury, all in Capricorn. And so they're all tag, tag teaming against the outer planet aspects through the end of the month. It's a lot.
Yeah. So here we go. Wednesday the 14th, we have that Mercury now is making that opposition to Jupiter. Way too much. Is it overrated? Find a medium point. This
Yeah.
That's I'll be just be coming home from Egypt and getting ready, which I'm already packed for the the Celebrate Your Life event I'm going to. So yeah, too much
Yeah.
movement.
So, and I say with Mercury opposite Jupiter to reach out to big audiences, Jupiter, with the serious message, Mercury and Capricorn.
That's me going to
Yeah.
Celebrate Your Life. Yeah, with Dr. Bruce Lipton and Dr. Sue Morter, some really cool speakers,
Mhm.
and Bruce Lipton and Greg Braden. Yeah. Okay, now on Thursday the 15th, this is my astro interesting day because Venus in Capricorn is sextiling Saturn in Pisces. So there's a mutual reception,
Mhm.
and it's the last time for 3 years that they're going to be making this nice aspect because the next time they will, so I call this useful. I call this useful. It's
Mhm.
good for business interests as practical reality is forefront. Note that I prefer practical magic, which
Yeah.
we will talk about on Saturday in a couple days.
Mhm.
But this just means to me that, the Venus coming from Capricorn ruled by Saturn, and
Right.
Saturn is in Pisces with exalted Venus is saying, how, like you just kind of said, how can we make things for the best, for the good
Mhm.
of others, for the good of all?
And I see it as the ability to make shifts in your long-term investments because Venus is in Saturn's sign of Capricorn
Mhm.
and
Uh,
talking Saturn.
Later that morning, we have the Venus making a trine to Uranus, again with reception, because Uranus is coming is at
Right.
the 27 degrees of Taurus. And this is surprising too, because it's the last time in 35 years that this combination can happen when Uranus is in a sign ruled by Venus,
Hmm.
right? Because it's Taurus. So they're not going to meet up again. The ruler of
Right.
Uranus's um, position is not going to meet up again for 35 years when Uranus goes to Libra,
Hmm.
right? So interesting. For us,
Yeah.
check, check. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we did.
Mhm. Mhm. And this combined with Venus sextiling Saturn is about making long-term investment shifts, while at the same day, Venus is trining Uranus. I think you could use the Uranus to check out unusual ways to make money and maybe make those long-term shifts into um, more interesting or unusual investments.
Yeah. Doing something different that you don't know that you love, but you might.
Hmm.
Saturday the 17th, there's stuff going on here. There's four things going on.
Sure.
Yeah. Venus is making a sextile to Neptune, and this is on to the practical magic part. This is with reception. Last time will be in about 16 years when Neptune gets to Taurus. It kind of is of a mellow yellow feeling with a strong stability.
Hmm.
I do like this. It's not my favorite day yet, but I like
Yeah.
it.
Well, I like it for being creative, but I don't like it from a financial perspective because I think that Neptune tends to dissolve when it's connected with Venus and money. So
Yeah.
don't fritter away your money.
Yeah. What's the next one? The Sun
Sun
making a
sextiling Saturn.
Saturn, which again, this is another, there's a lot of receptions or mutual receptions going on this month. So this I call strong responsibility. Um, and really the whole word ability. Hold true to your identity. This love is so true. I was listening to the song that Trevor Hall sings because I listen to music when I'm writing, and this song came on. This love is so true. What do you want to do? I won't give up on you. And I
Hmm.
really like that
That's
with the
kind of
sun
nice.
making a sextile to Saturn.
Yeah. And I'm afraid I'm more Capricorn
It's
in
okay.
this one. Say, just buckle down and do it. Nose to the grindstone.
Right, right. Um, and then Venus goes into Aquarius,
Hmm.
right? Um, so this means, your own rules to me. That this is Venus
Yeah.
going into the sign of individuality. It's not possessive, loves everyone, and it stays here for 3 weeks.
Hmm. And good time to check out the newfangled stocks with Venus and Aquarius.
The
That's where
new
my
what?
Venus is. Check out newfangled stocks investments.
Fangled. What are
Newfangled.
newfangled?
Newfangled? That's an
Oh,
old-timey word.
yeah,
Newfangled.
yeah, like different, like,
Yeah, different.
yeah, newfangled. I
So
don't,
it goes along with
yeah,
the Venus trining Uranus. Kind of the same idea.
right, right, right. But then the sun trines Uranus.
Yeah.
And this is also, this is earth to earth. It says, establish something, commit to something new.
Hmm. And I said, study astrology
That's
with the sun trining
commit to
Uranus.
something new or something really old.
Yeah. Something
Um,
weird.
yeah. Sunday the 18th, another huge day. So that whole weekend is very, very
Yeah.
strong. Sunday the 18th, we start with Mercury making a conjunction to Mars. It's well conceived. The moon comes in here. It's like now go the mental Mercury plus Mars energy is systems a go go,
Hmm.
right? I like
Yeah.
that.
And I was just, you've got a lot of mental energy with Mercury conjunct Mars and just to be able to put it to good use.
Then we go about 1:52 p.m. Central Time. We go to the new moon.
Hmm.
The new moon at 28. These new moons for a while are at the very end of, we just had the new moon in Sagittarius,
Yeah.
right at 28 degrees. And now we have the next new moon here on the 18th of January, which is 28 Capricorn. Believe in yourself. Not to worry too much about what others believe. Ground in the magic of your dreams because we've got um, this new moon in Capricorn, sextile that Neptune. So there's a lot of like what to believe, what's true that
Hmm.
you have believed in. Because there's parts of it that are
Yeah.
definitely true.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I always like to use the word intend at a new moon. And so for me, the new moon in Capricorn is about intending to persist
Mm, yeah. I
for
like that. Like,
for whatever.
yeah. And the same day, Mercury then makes two sextiles.
Hmm.
Of course, we're there with the Saturn, and this is Mercury is so supported here. It's a sextile. Take the ticket in any way you can hold it, but it slow it down. There's like a Mercury being in this receptive period. With Saturn, the ruler of the house that Mercury's moving through, Capricorn, kind of does say, take the ticket and move through a little bit more purposefully,
Hmm.
right?
And do Neptune at the same time because mine are kind of
Oh,
connected.
okay. And get the Book of Dreams. So I was at somebody's house, and they had this book on their coffee table, and it was called the Book of Dreams, and it's like this is kind of what Mercury is so supported, get the Book of Dreams with Neptune, because it's like the subconscious messages. And so when I picked up this book, very realistic. Like if you have a dream about running around naked, here's what is going on subconsciously. If you have a dream about falling off of a cliff, and it's very I might have to pick it up because I really liked it. I actually wanted to
Yeah.
slip it in my pocket. But it didn't. So what do
Well,
you got for that?
Mercury sextiling Saturn and sextiling Neptune on the same day, on Sunday the 18th. Um, the same day that it conjoins Mars. So it's very busy. Um, but Mercury sextiling Saturn for me is like writing down your intentions because it's the new moon with a critical eye. But because of the Neptune, I had little dot, 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 but only after you imagine the absolute best. So
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
them are working together in the same day to do that. And remember, this is a holiday weekend. Um,
Oh, that's true. Yeah. That this is on that Sunday.
yeah.
Yeah, I really like that because this is again, there's so many last times
Hmm.
in this January because this again is Neptune's at 29,
Right.
the last degree of the whole year, the whole zodiacal year. So it's there's something to let go of so that we can start something new,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I like that. Imagine the very, very best.
Hmm.
Because it's possible. It's so
Yeah.
possible. Now we go into Monday the 19th, which is the MLK Day, which is one, two, three, four, five aspects on this Monday. This
Yeah.
huge week, not just on Mondays. It starts the momentum of the week, but it doesn't really slow it down. Nothing slows down. So we start with on Monday the 19th, and this is all around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's not even the AM period where you got
Hmm.
five aspects going on through a 24-hour period. You've got them literally for about 6 hours.
Yeah.
So it seems like one big transit, an hour
Yeah.
almost. The first one is the sun making a sextile to Neptune, peaceful giving. What is the real worth anyway? Even if it's a smile, is all you get or
Yeah.
give. Still sweet.
And helping others out,
Yeah.
plain and simple.
Then the sun moves into Aquarius at 7:45 p.m. Central. Happy water bearing, right? Happy
Hmm.
birthday, Aquarians.
And it's okay to be different.
Go be you. Just go
Yeah.
try. Just do it again and
Yeah.
again and again.
Yeah.
Um, I like Aquarius. The difference. It gives me a wider aspect of, you know, what's possible.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, Also, Venus conjoins Pluto.
Right.
So again, I was listening to music, and what came on was my podcast's song by oh my God, Satsang. And it's called The Story of You. Jump into the deep and realize you are made for so much more. Earn those scars, right?
Mhm.
This Venus Pluto.
Well, Venus conjunct Pluto to me is always about the potential for big money. And this happens while the New York Stock Exchange is closed, although overnight trading will have started um, for the derivative markets after the long weekend. So, um, absorbing 8 aspects from Saturday and Sunday, this 5 on Monday before the stock exchange opens on Tuesday. There's a lot to take in from a financial perspective by the time the markets reopen after the holiday.
Okay, jump into the
And
deep.
yeah, and this is one of the bigger ones, Venus conjunct Pluto. It implies big overnight moves before the um, stock market opens officially on Tuesday morning.
That's a whole subject matter that I'm not going to dive into.
That's fine.
Anyway, so you can. I'm glad you are. Saturn is making a sextile to Uranus. Again, uh, this is this is the third. This has happened. Well, this is the
Yeah,
third time.
third of three. Yeah.
Third of three. The next time, though, I wrote here in June of 2032, I went out all the way and
Hmm.
found that interesting. So to me, it's like now we're taking the opportunity that has presented itself through the last 9 months, and we get to refine that in the 7 year period, right? Because Uranus is about a 7 year period. So to me, it's like now you take the opportunity to ingrain what that idea or thought or opportunity that came to you as early as April or mid-August. You take it today.
And for me, this is the last aspect, like you said, between Saturn and Uranus until 2032, when they conjoin again and start a new 45-year cycle. And that 45-year cycle I watch against the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and it's pretty tight. Um, and so I've been watching the Saturn sextile Uranus since last April for the potential for a market correction. Well, the one in April, the market corrected about 20%, really pretty close to that date. And then the one in, was it, you said in September, October?
August,
August.
mid
Uh,
August.
um, the Dow made a record high near the second one. So, and we're near record highs as we're recording this in late December. But I still think that there's a big potential for a big correction with this final Saturn sextile Uranus. So anyway, but the conjunction in 2032 is big. It starts a whole new Saturn Uranus cycle, 45 years, which, if history repeats, um, is likely a low in the stock market for the next 45 years.
Anyway, let's move on. Mars. Mars is now making a trine to Uranus, which is get a shove, give a shove.
Yeah.
Gain greater independence. It is Martin Luther King Day, where he talked about justice, equality, and freedom through non-violence and love.
Hmm. And I think you can do something extraordinary with Mars and Capricorn trining Tor Uranus and Taurus. Once again, leaning into the Mars and Capricorn do-gooder
Yeah.
vibe.
And that's probably was like get a shove, give a shove. It's
Yeah.
like start the domino effect, right? Of gaining greater it's like I said, it's justice, equality, and freedom for
Hmm.
everyone through nonviolence.
Yeah.
Anyway, wow, what a big Monday. It's a good thing we
Yeah.
took the day off. We'll be tight here.
Really.
Um, and so we go to Tuesday, and now, I mean, we have three things going on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's not a whole lot of rest. And we start right at midnight, Mars making a sextile to Saturn, which is activate. Please, do you hear these planets speaking to you? Do it.
Mhm.
These are the two malefics that are pushing to activate.
But Mars, once again, is still exalted in Capricorn, the sign that Saturn rules and is making an aspect to. And so, it's behaving well. So it's a time for well-laid plans.
Yeah, activate. And then Mercury comes in and sextiles Neptune. Dream
Yeah.
it even if you don't have all the details yet.
Mhm. And mine for that is to create the art of your dreams. Really, Mercury sextiling Neptune is really great for imagination, intuition, creativity.
Writing your story,
Yeah.
a story. Yeah. And then Mercury moves into Aquarius by 10:40 in the morning. This is all is happening
Yeah.
super early in the morning. Be very objective, see the plan clearly.
And I consider Mercury in Aquarius to be exalted.
Mhm.
So be brilliant with your
Yeah.
mind. Brilliant.
Mhm. And I like that being objective, being not bringing your own story into the thought process or the
Yeah.
decision making.
Mhm.
All right, Wednesday the 21st, we have the Cazimi. This is the outer connection of the Sun and Mercury coming together. Be beyond the thought. Go take an extra step. Yeah.
And I always like to say, listen for the aha moments when Mercury is Gazimi. And those times are from 11:51 p.m. Tuesday Central,
Okay.
all day Wednesday on the
Mm.
21st until 7:53 p.m. Central. So you've got overnight Tuesday to nearly 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. So it's like 20 hours of Mercury Kazumi.
It's super long. I don't know
Super
if I
long. Yeah.
well in um yeah, that means Mercury's really slow down.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, Thursday the 22nd, we have Mercury making that conjunction to Pluto. I call this Get Smart and Serious. And then you know what I went and did? I did some research on Maxwell Smart.
Yeah.
From 1965, you watched that, didn't you?
Oh
Get
yeah.
Smart.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. From 1965 to 70, he was Maxwell Smart was the high-tech tool guy, right? The spy, right? Taught us critical thinking and adaptability. Remember the shoe phone,
Ooh,
which
with the
we
phone. Yeah. I
so
do.
it's kind of like this, like get smart, but get serious. What
Mhm.
can you turn into something that is workable? It's critical thinking at time, I think.
Yeah. And I think it's a great day for a meeting when you need to deliver important news to powerful people.
Yeah, it's yeah, get serious. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mars the 23rd, Mars the 23rd. Well, it is.
Friday the 23rd.
Friday the 23rd is my favorite day. It's my favorite.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Why? Because of this first, we got three aspects this day. It's because of the first aspect, which
Hmm.
is Mars in Capricorn sextiling Neptune and this is all at 29 degrees.
Yeah.
So to me, this is an act of discovery. This is purpose and intention to see clearly through the fine print. I was like, is this a contract? This is when I thought maybe I was selling my house in this part of the month,
Hmm.
which now I'm going to delay it until Mercury comes out of its retrograde in Pisces and hitting my Mercury. So I'm going to wait. But
Yeah.
anyway, I just was like purposeful and intentive to see what's below, what's behind the curtain, what's the
Hmm.
fine print.
And actually, I think it's a good day to chill, meditate,
Mhm. Mhm.
um, let Mars take in the Neptune, and see what comes up.
Yeah. And the act of discovery, what can you find within your own subconscious? And then boom, and that'll be dreaming time too, because that's about 12:30,
Yeah.
a.m. in the middle of the night. But then by 3 a.m. we get Mars moving into the next sign, which is Aquarius. And oh well,
Yeah.
um, that's enough productivity for now. But for 2 years, yikes, because Mars will come back to Capricorn for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Because Mars is going to be making some retrogrades before it gets to Capricorn next year. So, you know,
Mhm.
push your envelopes.
Yeah. And I just see it as expect a downshift in energy, particularly because it's Mars, but mainly because it's leaving its exalted sign of Capricorn. And so it's instead of being the honored guest, it now is just like normal Joe Blow out in the street. And it's like, oh, well, that's kind of a bummer.
Kind of like we are taking you through the back door and thank you very
Yeah,
much for your service.
right.
Now you can join all the commoners.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, oh well,
Oh,
that
well,
I did what I did when I could when I was available.
right.
All right. And then that same day around well 4:30 in the morning, we have Sun coming into position to the Pluto, and this happens every year, and this is the second year that when the sun comes around to Pluto, that Pluto's been in Aquarius. So now it is permanently in position for them to be meeting together for the next, what, 18 years?
Hmm.
So we're going to get used to this,
Yeah.
right? This is, um,
With the sun conjunct Pluto.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is a time, I think, to tap into your personal power whenever the sun is conjunct Pluto, no matter the sign. Um, it's grab the power that Pluto has for yourself.
Mhm. And maybe that could be more in that Aquarian age or Aquarian theme of individuality or for that the for everyone, right? The
Hmm.
Aquarian humanitarianism,
Yeah. Hmm.
But you do have a role. You can play a role.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pick up the
absolutely.
stick.
Mhm.
Now we get to this January 26th, and we kind of wind down here with 3 days and uh, three connections.
Hmm.
Monday the 26th, Neptune now moves into Aries. Third and done. Awaken your courage.
Yeah, that's a good way to express that.
Yeah, that's my
Um,
take.
um, for me, Neptune moving into Aries for good says that inflation is kicking off for real. And inflation in a fire sign through history has been very inflationary. I expect double-digit inflation by the end of the decade.
Okay. Well, I hope we've got our P's and Q's in order,
Yeah.
you know. So Tuesday, the 27th, is my conflict day of the month, and this is when Mars makes a conjunction to Pluto. And it's a first. It's something is cracking open and what is revealed. And when I say it's a first, when Mars and Pluto came together 2 years ago, Pluto was still in Capricorn,
Hmm.
right? So this is the first time that they're meeting when Mars doesn't have any affiliation in this sign of Aquarius. So it's like something, to me, this is something gets revealed,
Yeah.
something
And
cracks.
Mars and Pluto are kind of, I always think of them as like bad boy cousins.
Yeah, I've heard you say that. It's true.
And together they could be really mischievous, right? Um, but I like to think of this day as ambitious is good, power plays are not. So be powerful, don't overdo it. Don't ram it down somebody's throat.
Yeah, because Mars comes along and makes you more Plutonian,
Yeah.
right? Like helper outer. Thursday the 29th, we're going to end this month with the Mercury conjunct Venus at 15 degrees of Aquarius. So this is stun someone in a pleasant way, which is called a surprise.
Yeah. And I think you could. take this day to go to a museum and be inspired by unique art
Mm.
or
Yeah.
wherever you find or notice unique art wherever you are, just in the world.
Hmm. Yeah, your individuated art.
Yeah.
One of the things I thought I was going to buy soon, it has to do with this, is that whole, that the television that has art. It's the television that you put up, it's really thin, and you can put
Yeah.
different art pieces or artists, and they just kind of, fade in and out. And it's interesting because I learned of that some about a year or so ago when I went into our friend, the Aquarius hair salon, right?
Yeah.
Here in Chicago, that he has one of those there because he likes to see the movement of art,
Hmm.
in changing images on a television, which again, and it's informative too, because you get a little thing on here about Van Gogh or,
Yeah.
Renoir or
Well, you
something.
probably could do that on your little rolling iPad.
I pro Yeah, energy or information in motion.
Yeah.
It is kind of the thing happening. So, which reminds me of the Jetsons so
Yeah.
much. They talk about the Simpsons, right? Like the
Mhm.
the millennial TV, like Alex loved, she had the little Simpson, I don't know what that was, but I found it recently. I'm like, "Do you want this?" She's like, "No." I said, "Does anybody?" She goes, "No." Um, but we'll see if it's still at Goodwill. But where we had the Jetsons,
Yeah.
right, that could foretell some futuristic
I'm still waiting
situation.
for flying cars.
We were just talking about that last night. I went out to dinner with some people, and we got in their car and after we had dinner, and he's like, the driver had a one of those electric cars, and said, "Hey, you want to see how this drives you home with no hands on the wheel?" And I was sitting in the back seat, and the driver's talking to me purposefully while we're driving on the road. And I was like, "Oh my God, I hate this."
Yeah.
Like, don't look at me. Don't tweak your head back unless you want me to put my arms around you and hold the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Exactly.
"Yeah, flying cars are coming next." So
Hmm.
it's like,
Yay.
get used to what we have now.
Hmm.
All right, it's a
Okay.
wrap.
There's a lot of moving parts in January with all those planets in Capricorn making aspects to the outer planets. There's a lot happening. So be on your toes.
So you have the first 5 days to, you know, stay in your pajamas and uh and then get busy. Then
Yeah.
get your clothes on the 6th and keep them on.
Hmm.
Keep them on. All right. We'll see you next month.
Yeah.
This
Safe
is
travels to you.
Thank you. Heading to Egypt and a couple other places. We'll see everybody next month for
Okay.
our February outlook. All
Happy
right,
New Year,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.